And next up, we're actually going to throw you guys a curveball. We pivoted mid-segment.
A literal
and
curveball.
Decided that, you know what? Let's just talk Sox a little bit. Let's just give them a little bit of Sox love because
we're talking baseball. No, not the old Simpsons episode.
You know, I'll take it. I'm sorry. Just the Ken Griffey Jr. Simpsons is my favorite. Like, God, I love that episode.
Wasn't it Griffey? It's Griffey's grotesquely swollen jaw?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because he had the giantism.
Yep.
Or giantism.
Great. That was absolutely great.
Roger
Anyway.
Clemens clucking on the mound.
Anyway, the White Sox free agency this year has been interesting. We've had our ups and our downs. We obviously re-signed our first baseman, who I am completely forgetting.
Jose Abreu.
So we got him locked down on our contract. We picked up Yasmani Grandal in the hopes that, hey, we're getting up a top three catcher in the MLB, and maybe we're gonna pull in some good pitching and understand that, hey, if we got him behind the plate and at bat, you guys want to play here, right? We go out and we throw money at Zack Wheeler. We are the top bidder. We're like, take all our money, literally all of it, just anything you want. And he's like, I'm good. I'm going to go play for a team that might have a better chance of winning sooner. Or maybe it's just some other thing. I don't know what, which is at the end of the day.
Which baffles me because the Phillies are literally the team that signed Bryce Harper and couldn't make the playoffs.
Well, that's the thing. What did they need last year?
Pitching.
Now you have pitching, you've got hitting.
I could be the one to change that is basically what he's saying.
He'd come and be a hero. He could have been a hero in Chicago too, but whatever. You know what? Ricky, my feelings on this are pretty clear. I'm just happy the White Sox threw money out there. The fact that he didn't sign here, disappointed, a smidge.
Yeah.
I wish he would have. I would have loved to have him on our team. But the fact that we went out there and we showed other teams, hey, we're going to pay players as much as we possibly can to get them to come to our town and win for our franchise. I'm thrilled with that. That's being floated out there. And I know this next tier of pitchers, again, it's the do you want to play in Chicago? Do you want to play with this team? We can give you the most money, but you might have other preferences or other things building up to that decision on your end that you decide to go elsewhere. I'm concerned about that.
Yeah, well, the thing for me is if Grandal didn't sign, then this would scream like, great, we still can't get him to come here. Even if we give him the most money, we can't get him to come here. So it's like, Sox fans can't sit there and completely go, nobody wants to come here, but you're still in that situation where it's like, all right, to some free agents, if we give them enough money, the money talks. But for others, it's still a situation of, I don't care how much money. You go ahead and give us.
Well, I mean, and here's the other thing is, since we've already made a big offer out there to one of the best pitchers, and a couple other guys have already signed, we're looking at that, I would argue, second tier of pitching with Keuchel, Bumgarner, Ryu. Those were the backup guys. That's the you're not getting your ace. We're assuming Strasburg. No.
No. If you're gonna get the high end pitcher, Strasburg would be the guy. But it's like a 1% chance in my mind because Garrett Cole, as soon as the news came out that the Yankees were putting together like a monster offer, I'm like, great. Jake's going to be happy. He's going to be a New York Yankee. And if he doesn't go to the Yankees, I think Garrett Cole's going to be either a Yankee or an Angel next year.
Okay.
I almost said A, but I'm like, there is a team called the A's. In the MLB. So he's not going to Oakland. He's going to go to either LA or New York.
You think we're third string again?
Yeah. I don't think Garrett Cole comes to Chicago.
Yeah. So if we strike out on Cole, it's down to Strasburg at that top tier then. And if Strasburg says no, because it'd be unlikely if he chose us. I would love it, but it would be unlikely if he did go with us. Like I said, do you have anybody else that's in that top tier for you, or do you have that line right after those two guys as well?
The other one is he's not a top tier, but I know that Sam, our patron, always talks about him because I feel like Sam likes him as a pitcher and would love to see him in Chicago. But Ryu's a guy where it's
I mentioned him in the second tier.
Okay.
It's Keuchel, Baumgartner, and Ryu.
Then yes, Cole and Strasburg, and then Ryu starts the second tier.
Yeah. And I guess that's the thing is, should we set our expectations on that second tier of guys if we can go after a couple of them and try to not overpay? Because that's my concern now that we've flashed the cash, it's like, all right, I think, we offer it to Cole. We see what happens, because I think he's going to end up signing before Strasburg does. Got a feeling.
Well, I mean, the thing is, the news that's come out today
from
the Nationals.
All right.
Where apparently this is from on NBC Sports Washington.
Yeah.
I want to get the name. The principal owner.
Yep.
So Washington Nationals managing principal owner Mark Lerner said today and told NBC Sports Washington today that they will not have the money to keep Strasburg and Rendon. So basically, they got to pick between them. The exact quote was, "We really can only afford to have one of these two guys. They're huge numbers. We already have a really large payroll to begin with, so we're pursuing them. We're pursuing other free agents in case they decide to go elsewhere." I kind of feel because of this, because the White Sox aren't in a win now mode.
No, we're setting the table.
You're setting the table up. Your hope, last year was, let's see what the young guys can do.
Now it's if we add in an ace, can we hit the playoffs? I think we can get the playoffs.
I think playoffs would be like pie in the sky. That's the top end goal.
Yeah. I think let's sniff the playoffs. Let's get in there. Let's get a experience.
Yeah, that's an amazing season. But if you miss the playoffs, it's not going to be a broken season for the White Sox.
Well, if we don't land an ace and we don't make the playoffs, I don't think anybody's going to question.
Yeah, no, and that's
but
why.
But if we do hit an ace, I think the hope is, we're close. We're fighting.
And also, if you get the right free agents in and you get some guys now, you can then make that decision. Okay, is Ricky the guy for the future? Is Renteria the guy moving forward for manager? Because in Chicago, I mean, I feel bad for him on the north side, but he was kind of pushed out for, Joe Maddon's over here. Bye.
Yep.
We're going to go with him, which I'm glad they made that move. I don't think we win the World Series if Renteria was our manager instead of Joe Maddon. But
he had some kooky moves, I'll give you that.
I kind of have a feeling that the White Sox, now that Wheeler went ahead and signed elsewhere, I feel like the White Sox for right now sit back a little bit. Don't be that over pursuing person. Like, you're looking for a date to the dance, Dave. Don't worry. The dance is far enough away. You'll find a date. You don't have to find one right this second.
But we need a mentor. We need an ace in there so our young guys can kind of latch on and get,
I feel like
I think that helps.
You can find that, though. And let's say the Nationals take Rendon.
Rondon, yeah.
All right. Then we're going after Strasburg. If they take Strasburg, then you can make your big money offer at Rendon. That's what you're waiting for them for. Because if, let's say, they keep Strasburg, I feel like I am not totally off the Madison Bumgarner wagon.
Yeah.
Where I feel like him as a 30-year-old, I mean, a year younger than Strasburg? He's a good pitcher. He can be that mentor that you're looking for, and he's not going to break the bank like Strasburg would. Now, if you're looking at WAR numbers, because baseball, you can just look at the stats and it helps.
There's a billion stats in baseball.
Like
how many strikeouts did he have on Tuesdays that were raining
with the lights on, and that he was thrown with the left hand instead of the right hand?
Of course.
But I mean, the WAR, Strasburg's obviously at a 5.7, Bumgarner's at a 3.2. But even if you got a Madison Bumgarner, I don't think that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
And I don't think the White Sox have to break the bank by getting a Strasburg, getting a Ryu.
Yeah.
Because they can get a guy. Let's say you even don't get Madison Bumgarner. There's guys out there like Rick Porcello, I think could be. If you're looking for that mentor, Rick Porcello can be one. Because I'm trying to look like Tanner Roark, I wouldn't put in that mentor facility, but like a Porcello, I would. Dallas Keuchel, you could.
Keuchel's health is the only thing that concerns me, obviously, and he's going to get lower money because of that.
Exactly.
So we might be able to pair Keuchel with someone else if we go after him.
I mean, or you can go after Aaron Sanchez as well, Rich Hill. Aaron Sanchez wouldn't be that mentor role part.
But I want someone who can be a number one or number two at the same time. Like, that's the thing is like, if you're not going to be the number one ace, then we need someone who could be a number two and a locker room guy who the younger guys can feed off of
someone
and
who
kind
can
of poke at, and
someone who can boost Giolito into that number one role.
That's the thing. I need someone who has that. I'm trying to think of a nice way to say that
chutzpah. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah. I keep trying to think of words, and all I keep thinking of is like I keep picturing like Rookie of the Year in my head for some reason.
It's on Disney Plus, by the way.
It is.
Dave's like, I've got Jake's. I can go watch it.
I could. Thanks, Jake. Anyway. Yeah, it's just someone they can bounce and build their craft off of. Like, you need that guy who you can ask questions and you can be like, hey, I'm thinking about tweaking this. Because the pitching coach is one thing, but having another ace in the locker room means a whole lot else. Yeah. So,
and I mean, like,
I'm cool with it.
Like with the Cubs, to kind of relate it there.
Sure.
With Kyle Hendricks.
Who's for sale up there?
I feel like he could, during that World Series run, if he had a question, you had John Lester, which was like
professional.
You had also, for the position guys, a guy like David Ross, where you can go ask him a question. Jason Hayward, who's been around.
We were joking around about how many locker room guys is too many locker room guys.
Exactly. You need locker room guys. You do. And that's what I was trying to say. The other thing, too, is like the big thing. I'm looking at an article here, and this is kind of walking away from the pitcher spot, but the Chicago Tribune put out the 5 biggest questions. For the winter meetings for the White Sox, because usually the winter like baseball free agency has been interesting the last few years, because it seems like free agents and that's why with Strasburg, Rendon, some people in the comment section might say, well, Ricky, you can't wait forever because Bryce Harper didn't sign until spring training was almost here. So like is Strasburg and Rendon, are they going to be like, you know what, we'll wait it out. We'll see which one the Nationals want more. Which one do they want? Do they want me, or do they want Strasburg? Or do they say, hey, you lost out on both of us? Like, that could happen the Nationals. Obviously, the Tribune, the first one, what we're talking about is free agency starting pitching. Who's going to be available. But also, like, you've got other needs on this team besides pitching. You still need a right fielder. You still need, like, there's other options through trades that you can do. Everyone wants to talk about Mookie Betts, and is Mookie Betts going to be here? But apparently,
the last year of his deal, he's going to want a fuck ton of money. So unless you're going to get a lockdown on that contract extension, is it worth the investment?
But here's a big one, too. USA reported this past Tuesday that the Sox have had, and they use quotes in preliminary trade talks with the Dodgers for Jock Peterson. That's a guy young. He's 27. He's a left-handed hitting, so he's belting. He had 36 home runs last year. And the thing with him is he's young and he's 27, and you're going to have more control over a Jock Peterson because after this year he enters arbitration.
Right.
So, and I believe you have then 3 years of arbitration with him. Oh no, Spotrac has something different. So Spotrac says he's an unrestricted free agent after 2021, but the Tribune article says that according to MLB trade rumors, he'll have 1 more year of arbitration and is projected to earn $8.5 million. So he could be a cheap option for 2 years before you have to pay him.
Okay. I don't know. I like the idea of it, but I'm sorry. I'm swinging for the fence on pitching still. That's my priority. I get position players. We will fill them in over time. We still have pretty good guys in the farm system too, which I think, again, if we don't land the ace, let him play again. See who we want to bring up. We can kind of rotate through the crop this next year. We've got a lot of great talent down there.
Because you also don't want to have a bad contract.
Exactly. That's my fear is the overpay.
You don't want to overpay for someone because you panicked.
If we overpay for a mid-level pitcher, I'm going to scream.
Well, it's even if you're like, and I'll even say, even if the Sox overpaid for like a Ryu, because I feel like that's an option. Like you can't, even though Ryu's been good, you can still overpay for him.
That'd be cool if we front load the contract and overpay. So if it starts high and then
so he can get paid less later.
And then we can just push him off. Yep.
Yeah, I just
in case.
For me with the White Sox, it's like the winter meetings will be interesting.
Yep.
And it's like, for now, after Zack Wheeler has said no, I think if you're the White Sox, you pivot.
Yeah.
And you go, okay, we might not need one of the top-end starting pitcher guys. Let's switch our focus up a little bit.
Yeah.
If you want to get a Jock Peterson via trade, go ahead and do that. The question is then what will you have to give up for him? That'll be a conversation for a different day. But like,
for sure.
You could also be like, hey, let's push for a Rendon. Let's push for a Nick Castellanos.
I was going to say the one name we haven't brought up this entire time is Castellanos.
You got to say his name.
I was going to see if you're going to... Are you protecting him? Do you think that's...
I would love to see him back on the north side, but that's just me. That's my fan bias coming through.
I feel like, if we don't spend $1 billion on Garrett Cole, Castellanos, maybe he should be in that second tier.
Yeah.
In the same grouping as Ryu, at least, I don't know. I would be interested in him. I've liked watching him. Yeah, I don't know.
Dave's like, I don't know how I really feel. Like, the whole thing with the Sox is you've got options.
Yep.
You've got big options. And
priorities.
There are priorities, but also the one thing now that the Zack Wheeler move is going to do, and this I'm bringing this up because this is going to shake up what happens with the White Sox is, yet again, we're getting more and more news, and some of it, it's like, when's it going to happen? But apparently the Phillies are eyeing both Rendon and Strasburg. And the thing is, here's a question I'll ask you.
Yeah.
Is with Wheeler going to the Phillies, do you think there's, like, could the Phillies be the team we look at the end that basically is like, fuck it, we're going to pull a Yankees type of situation? We're getting them all. We're getting Wheeler. We're getting Rendon.
If they broke the
Strasburg, we're going for it because we've got to get Bryce help.
Oh my God, that would be insane. Absolutely be insane.
And if that happened, that would affect the White Sox.
Okay, so
they can't get Rendon, can't get Strasburg. Like,
so my priorities then are, if it's Garrett Cole, Strasburg, Ryu, then I would pivot to Castellanos. I'd go for that position player. Then I would go back to pitching.
Yeah.
And then I would look for trades. Is that about?
Say it one more time.
Okay, so it's Garrett Cole first because he's best.
You got to make an offer.
Is it going to be 300? Like, do you think that's what it'll take to land him?
If the Yankees offer him the most and he turns it down, I will be calling him the stupidest person on this podcast.
Okay,
because
that's fair.
Like with Garrett Cole, when you're that good. Take the fucking money. Take the money. Man. Take the money. And run.
Take the spotlight. Wear the pinstripes. Wear them proudly.
Jalen Ramsey said it best. Like, when they roll the Brinks truck up, you run with that money. He didn't say that, but I'm paraphrasing.
All right. So we've got Garrett Cole at 1. Then you go look the Strasburg Rendon situation, which
now on the CBS article there's it says Rendon seems like the likeliest fit of the threy. This is for the Phillies.
Yeah,
as the Nationals feel most confident about retaining Strasburg.
I would think so.
Heyman. So
it'd be cool.
Per John Heyman.
Yeah.
That's Strasburg is who the Nationals are looking to keep first.
Yeah. Okay. So
makes sense.
If that happens, that's fine. Then we go down to that B tier, and now I'm flip flopping. I'm like, I take Ryu, and then I would switch over to gain a fielder, get Castellanos out there, and then I would go back for free agency pitching. Like, I don't know why I'm valuing him so much. Maybe it's just to fuck with you because you're a Cubs fan, and I want to take him away.
Castellanos?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
He's a good bat. He's a good fielder.
Dave's a spiteful person.
He's a good bat, good fielder. Is there, like, what more do you want from someone? He's still young.
Yeah.
He's still got contract. It won't be a Brinks truck situation. That's why I'm like, I'd rather go after someone like him, land him. Well,
I'm gonna bring these up anyways, but they're funny.
All right, cool. So yeah, that's it. It's pitching, and then if we fall out of that top tier and then Ryu, then go after, spend the money, get Castellanos in, then back to pitching and priorities.
Yeah. So I'm looking at, of course, you got to take this with rose-colored glasses.
Yeah.
This is from lasportshub.com.
Yep.
Which is of the fan-sided network, but it's an LA-sided, fan-sided.
Yeah, I gotcha.
They have 3 trades for Jock Peterson, with the White Sox involved. The White Sox are in all 3 of these trades.
Yep.
The first one is a 3-team trade with the Dodgers, White Sox, and Mets. The only player that the White Sox would give up is Calvin Herrera, who is a younger player They're basically swapping Herrera and Jock's salaries, and then the Mets are going to give up Familia and cash, and they'll get players to be named later. I don't know if this happens. This just sounds like, hey, we'll give you a young guy that you want. The Dodgers get cash, and then the Mets can dump Familia off the team and just say, hey, we'll take players to be named later. The other two were spicy, like extra spice. Like the Spice Wars would love this. 3-team trade: Dodgers, White Sox, and the Indians. I don't know if the Indians would want to help. Why would the Indians want to help the White Sox?
Yeah.
And this is the rose-colored glasses part, because guess who the Dodgers get?
Who?
Corey Kluber.
Oh.
Kluber, if I could say that right. That's the rose-colored glasses.
What?
So the Dodgers get Kluber.
Yeah.
The White Sox get Peterson. And then the Indians basically get young players. They get Tony Gonsolin, Edwin Rios, Blake Rutherford, and Selby Zavala. Basically, young players from both of the team.
I didn't know if are the Indians moving Kluber. Like, is that a thing?
I mean, he's a free agent. He's a free agent after next year.
Right.
They could.
I don't see a reason why. I don't know.
I don't see why you move him either. The other one is a Mookie Betts trade. Of course, the Dodgers would get Mookie Betts.
Who doesn't want Mookie Betts? I'm sorry.
The White Sox only get Jack Peterson.
Yeah.
And then the Red Sox get yet again
everybody's farm system
from both of those teams. So I mean, it's an idea out there, but I mean, that's also a part of it too, is to, with a grain of salt.
Yep.
If you're a White Sox fan that wants the Jack Peterson trade, every single trade has had a third team. Well, you need a third team to facilitate a trade for Jack Peterson.
Probably. But
because the Dodgers aren't a team that's like, yeah, give me your farm system.
Yeah, they don't need that
they're
right
going
now,
for
and that's where
World
we're
Series.
at. So that's fair. I like the use of the third team. I think of all the trades, the first one might be the most
to dump
sense.
Everyone's farm system into.
The other two don't really jive at all with me. But yeah, no,
that's kind of what. But the one thing I will say, pitching, is don't be afraid if the White Sox get Madison Bumgarner. I don't think it'll be a bad move.
Dude eats innings.
Yeah.
For breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
And he can, and I was going to say Andy can bat, but you don't have to worry about that in the American League. You can pinch hit with him.
He can pinch hit.
He can pinch hit.
Sure. That's totally realistic.
My name's Big Al, and I hit dingers.
And on that note,